Everyone, and welcome to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, we are going to continue on with Crusader Kings III. If I can get this video looking just a little bit better. There we go. I want you to be able to see all the action. So let's move this over just a little bit so you can see the right side of my screen. Perfect. There we go. I look bigger than Brian over here. Brian is our new king. Now, if you were with me last time, disaster struck. And when I say disaster struck, it truly, truly struck. Um, we were 83 gold pieces away from being the king of Ireland. We now find ourselves with Brian here, our middling son. He was our eldest son, but he's middling as far as his skill set. Let's put it that way. He is not great. Now, he looks a great deal like his father, who was our character before. So, what had happened is we had taken Munster, the petty kingdom, we had taken Connacht, we had taken Ulster, we had everything we needed except 83 gold pieces. We had to get, and you can see it here, we had to get to 500. Now, Brian has inherited his father's wealth, and so he sits at 417 now. But what happened now is that we needed to become the King of Ireland, so that was our top title. And that being our top title would have allowed Brian to inherit that and become the King of Ireland. But as it was, is we had three top titles. We had the Duchy of Munster here, so the petty kingdom. He was a petty king here. He was a petty king of Connacht, and he was the petty king of Ulster, at least this part of Ulster. And so when he died, this has now gone to our three eldest sons. What were our three eldest sons? Not anymore because we are Brian. Um, and of course, hey, I would never put bad motivations on the AI, but man, we were just counting down the moments until we could be the King of Ireland, and all of a sudden, our otherwise healthy king passed away. So we have Brian here, and if we look over at Brian, we started to do this just for a moment. Well, after that death, I had to catch I was so discombobulated, I had to catch myself for a minute. But we looked at Brian for a second and we gave him a martial lifestyle because until we become the King of Ireland, we really need our character to be good militarily. Now, our previous guy, Brian's dad, was amazing. Here he is. Look at this man, Petty King Murshad. He got as high with buffs and bonuses of, I think he got up to like a 23 or 24 martial. Now Brian is a 15, unfortunately, and so we're going to have to work with that. One thing that we had a problem with previously, even when we had the Petty King Murshad, is that we do not have very many people at our court that have a good prowess. We need better knights, okay? Militarily, we generally had, anyway, the strongest military on the island, except for Dublin down here. And so the Earldom of Dublin, he's got a pretty decent army down here. He can raise 1354. Okay, so we've got Brian. We're in Munster. Now, our brother, Petty King Donchad, who he's a pretty good diplomat. He's okay at a few things, he's not great. He's our younger brother. He now sits as the Duke, I guess you'd say. He's the Petty King, the equivalent of a Duke sitting over here at Connacht. Um, his glorious ginger hair, of course. He's got a lot of siblings. Why is that? Is because our previous character, the great Petty King Murshad, we just had child after child. As a matter of fact, it says 15 family. I mean, I think we've got like 10 or 11 kids. We did have to throw Tomna in jail because she was sleeping with one of our knights. Of course we did. We couldn't have that bring ill repute on this house. And so we've got all of these brothers and sisters. One of them sitting now on the petty throne of Connacht, and then we have our little brother, Photod, sitting up here in Ulster. He's only 11 years old. He's also delicate. We're also his primary heir. As you may imagine, we're probably going to start running a scheme on him. But before we hit play this time, we just had a character die. We're going to have to go set some things up. Now, like I said, we've got Brian going martial lifestyle. We'll probably take strategist when we get it, and then we'll go look at the other stuff. Overseer's always good. We'll probably go down overseer. Strategy, we picked strategy focus because I want him to get as much martial as possible. The more you look at Brian, he's just kind of not good at anything. I mean, his prowess is terrible. That's not good if he's going to be leading our forces into battle. So we've got to go get some knights. We got to find somebody that can lead our armies. We'll go look at our council here in a minute. Um, but that's really the only thing he's even decent at. So, we'll have to use it as we can. One thing I will point out about Brian is his son, Cormac, who would be our next character, is a handsome little fella and he's starting to build stats. Now he's 14. Um, we need him to build even more. Now, Cormac, oh, that's right, because we could not set a ward for him. Let's get him warded up. Now, what do we, again, I really need him to be good militarily. And so let's go get somebody that's got a good, well, we have the 15. I'm telling you, in our court, we just do not. Well, Gita, of course, Gita, she's got a great martial skill. Helga is pretty good. She's a great diplomat. And so I guess we're going to go with Gita and have Gita train him up. They're both attractive. Let's hope they don't have children. And weird things don't happen there. Okay, so little Cormac, we're going to get him built up as much as we can. He should be a pretty damn good character at some point. Um, so if something happens to Brian, it's not the end of the world. We have Cormac down here. That being said, we could take on up to 3 more wives. Now, we already have 2 younger daughters. Okay, fine. Oh, I will mention that our sister, Dubdil, is married to William the Conqueror. So she is actually the Queen of England. Uh, Very nice, right? So let's think about this for a minute. In some ways, I almost don't want Brian to have more kids. I don't want this to be split any more than it is. But I also think we're going to go take these back. Or at least I'm hoping. Our brother Don Chad here, he can only raise 506. I think we can take Photad out. Um, we're going to run that scheme here in a minute and start trying to take Photad out. So anyway, let's go back to Brian. Let's get him with some more wives here. They're going to have to be Irish. Wow. Oh, this is Myrne, who was one of the queens that I had for the previous character. He had 4 wives. Let's do sum of skills. I don't think that there's any Irish brides that are going to do us a ton of good. Mare, oh, she gives us that alliance with Ulster again. Eh, Hold on. Yeah, because that she's actually little our brother Photad's mom. That's a little too close for comfort for me. Uh, that was one of our father's 4 brides. Let's see. Let's Boy, we don't have a lot here to deal with. We're not going to arrange a marriage for Photad, I'll tell you that. We are going to arrange our marriage for ourselves. All right, let's get this going down here. Let's see. Well, she's like the best character by far and gives us, we alliance up, but gosh, that was our father's wife. It's just not gonna happen. Can't do it. Now we've got a county here. Okay. Oh, now we're getting. Oh boy. Um, yeah, there's not. This is real slim pickings here. Holy smokes. Is there anybody even worth? I mean, this was also our father's bride. I don't think I'm into that kind of weird stuff. Um, let's get out of that filter and let's see if there's. What do we? Oh, we don't even have. Yeah, the only women that will become our second bride are Irish women. Well, hmm. Okay, let's do it. Um, this is weird stuff, but okay. We'll take on our father's ex-bride, Marae, and maybe another one of his ex-brides. Myrne, she's very good at intrigue, which, yep, okay. Um, all right, we're just gonna stay right there. Who's Garb? I don't know who you are. All right. I think that's all we can really do at the moment. We do have an empty council. We have several empty council positions. Now we already looked in the last episode, figured out our current main spouse now is she's kind of okay at everything. So we're going to leave her at assist ruler. This guy has been a great bishop. We will need him to start fabricating claims again here in a minute. Um, we need someone really good at intrigue because we are going to go kill our younger brother, which, I hate to say it, but that's the way we're going to have to go here. Now, Gita, of course, Gita is good at that. As the spy master, it can be a female, remember? And so, sure, let's make Gita our spy master. Why not? Um, Darmot, I think he's about as good as we have as martial skill. We just do not have anybody with any martial skill. We need to invite knights to the court. I'm willing to pay for it. Let's do it. We need a steward. Uh, why won't now? Why did he break off from being our steward? Why does this? Oh, he's doing development growth. Okay, we'll get back to it, my friend. I don't know why he resigned just because our petty king died. I don't know. But he's got a good opinion of us. Gita does not, which isn't great to have as your spy. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I did diplomacy. Okay, we need Myrne here. Okay, well that's gonna peeve Gita off again. But oh well, I want Myrne on here. Look at that 21. That looks nice because we are gonna have her start supporting schemes, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Um, Earl Olav, he can still be our chancellor, sure. He's got a -8. That's all right. He is our vassal down here. There he is, Earl Olav. Doesn't like us that much, but that's okay. We'll get him to. Um, Earl Murdoch, he really likes us now. I don't know why. Oh, he and Brian, I felt like we're kind of maybe running a scheme against our petty king there for a moment. Things got a little weird there. Okay, so we've got good diplomacy, good stewardship. He's developing counties. He's working on foreign affairs, which is fine. I mean, we've got our petty kingdom under real lockdown here. There's no reason to worry about that. Again, we need some knights to come. And we've got Petty Queen Myrne, who was our father's wife and had several children by him, is now our wife. I make no judgments. Um, she is going to be down here helping our schemes. And why is that? Well, we are the direct heir of our brother Photod. and we are going to try to take out Photod. Okay, all right, this looks good. Now we have three potential agents. Oh, we had several that joined up, including the bishop out of Ulster, his own bishop. I guess his bishop doesn't like him. Um, okay, fine, cool. And then hopefully we'll get Ulster. Once we get Ulster, then we'll go get Connacht again. And then I think we can make Brian, of all people, the the King of Ireland. I didn't really expect that to go down, but that's what makes the game fun. Um, Again, like I said, hey, our family sits upon the throne of England as Queen Dubdil, which is nice. William the Conqueror. Look at this guy. He just, he was William the Bastard, but look at his fine robery. Love it. Okay, we had some people join our scheme. Let's look at our scheme here. We can invite some more. Talk can be convinced. Okay. What does he want? How much does he want to be bribed? 50. Okay. We need to get this done. We need to be able to get Ulster up there, or at least that part of Ulster, without having to go